I disappear from all my friendships like clockwork, and I feel like that's made them stronger somehow. I'm super selfish. There's a very specific range that I can hold this at where it doesn't sound like ear obliteration. So let's hope I find the range. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just treating this how I've been treating a lot of things in recent history where I just start fearful with no equipment, however, but just start and then hope that the rest follows after. I love talking. I always talk. I actually have to stop myself from talking. So we're just making my app productive now. I have my iPad. Uh, Let me rephrase. This is not an iPad. This is a tablet. I'm not cool enough for an iPad yet. But I have my okay blue challenge is giving Blue Man Group. But I have my tablet here with notes. I'm gonna try to use them to keep me on track. But this is a podcast. If you're looking for something shorter, go to my TikTok. I'm not gonna like shorten myself because this is my chance to talk. I need to not scream. I need to be like sensual and. But that's gonna be really hard for me because we know what my voice can project when I choose for it to. The name and imaging of this podcast is definitely gonna change because, like I said, I'm just starting. So, however it comes and goes, it comes and goes. We're basically gonna grow together. I didn't want to hesitate anymore because I feel like I need to talk. This talking to the camera thing is gonna be interesting because it's not like I'm foreign to it because I do have talked on Instagram, have talked on my TikTok. And Big T, I used to have a YouTube channel for who doesn't know, but if you're a real one, you knew because you've been here. But it's going to be interesting to talk about like having such a public conversation about things that I usually restrict to my journal and my close friends. But I think it's going to be fun because I really enjoy talking if I haven't said that enough. It would make sense to start with like some type of background, history, synopsis of who I am and what I'm doing, but I don't think that's something that's fun and interesting that I would like to talk about right at the second. I think we're going to get to know each other if we don't already know each other at some point. So it's like, you'll learn. I'm not going to be like, so back in 1902, because you'll learn. You'll learn eventually. I'm going to start right now with what I feel like talking about. And that is the origin of the name of this podcast. I'm super selfish. What can I say? Uh, I'm like the supplementary, it's because of that damn phone. I know your parents are saying it. Everyone's saying it. TikTok's telling you it's because of that damn phone. And I'm also going to tell you it's because of that damn phone. If you come to me telling me about how you have sleep problems, one of the first questions I'm going to ask you, if not the first, is going to be, is your phone in your room? Boom. Is your phone next to you? Boom. Is your phone in your bed? Right? I'm really notoriously awful at texting and calling in a timely manner. And as the cherry on top of that, I don't go on my phone past like 7:40 to 8 p.m. on most days. Obviously, on the weekend I let loose a little bit. Or if there's plans, like I'm not gonna like off myself because I went on my phone at 9 p.m. when my friends had made plans with me for 11. Like I'm not a freak. But I will not be on my phone past 7:40 to 8 p.m. like on most days, most nights. Moral of the story is my friends know if you're trying to make plans with me, I better have seen it by 7:39, maybe 7:59. But if I don't see it by then, baby, you can expect a response maybe by 12 to 2 p.m. the next day. And it's not even like you just won't be able to reach me type of thing because I'm like super in the clouds and like I'm just on my phone and ignoring you. You will literally not be able to reach me because what one thing that happens like clockwork, that phone is going on DND. First, let me do the whole routine. First, volume's going all the way down. Boom, right? Ringer's going off. Next, DND is going off. Next, Wi-Fi is going off because that's the real issue. That's the stuff that pings your body when you're sleeping. My therapist told me that one time. And I trust her, so she was right. Uh, Lastly, airplane mode. Now, how are you gonna get through that? If you find a way to get through that, let me know because I'll work on removing that pathway. But to this point, I haven't been interrupted in my sleep because of that. My friends tell me stories sometimes of like Oh my gosh, this person called me and woke me up, and now I'm so mad because I didn't go back to sleep. They called and woke you up. What do you mean by that? Because how did they call and wake you up? Where was your phone? Yeah, that I just don't understand it because it's not me. Because what do you mean? Oh, the way I would evaporate. Like I literally feel myself evaporating if I got called and woken up out of my sleep over nothing. Not saying that what my friends bring up is nothing. God knows how much I love and need my friends. They're just close, very near and dear to my heart. But like, what do you mean you woke me up out of my sleep? Yeah. So I try to set the standard basically for things that I can uphold, and what I can uphold is that I won't respond to texts in a timely manner. But when I respond, I'm giving a full, thoughtful response. In the group chats, they hate me because if I go like a couple days without responding, I'm gonna get to it. It could be 2 weeks down the line when there's already been 300 conversations. As long as I can scroll past and see, I will react to it as if it was happening right now. As I find out information that happened 3 weeks ago, I will react to every single one because I want to be thoughtful and acknowledge you. But they already know that I'm not going to see it on time. 9 times out of 10, I'll return calls, I'll return messages. I'm not Hollywood. Like, I want to have a great, quality, well rested conversation. But being available 25/8 is not in my inventory. Like, I'm not the ride or die friend. I will ride or die for you, but like, I'm not gonna respond to my phone. That's with people like as close as my immediate family, my siblings, my mother. But they don't really abuse it like that, to be honest with you. Maybe they just don't need me like that, but like, yeah. But no one abuses it at this point because it's like if you try to abuse it, it's not like I'm like gonna tell you different. Like, I've explained myself. So if you're abusing it at that point, it's up to you to make the decision. While I'm home for the summer, obviously things change a little bit because they need me. Like, I can't have my phone on super DND, triple DND, and airplane mode like I do when I'm away at school or wherever else I'm about to be in the world. Because when I'm at like the end of the world, what exactly is a phone call to Priscilla gonna do to help? Like, my immediate family is on my like emergency list, so if they call me, it goes through. But they don't really be calling me at nighttime like that because there's probably a time difference. And also, like, what could I possibly do from the end of the world exactly? I could be a listening ear, but I can also be a listening ear at 12 p.m. the next day. I don't have to be a listening ear right then and there at 10 p.m. But somehow, I don't know what the science is behind that. I don't know if I'm just so like divinely in tuned, somehow divinely in tune with my phone or something. But like, when it's in an emergency, it will find me. I really do believe that when I need to know something, it will find me. So like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to make it available. If is that what I mean? It's not that people like don't text me after 8 p.m. or that I'm gonna strike them down with my eyes if they call me at 10 p.m. when I'm sleeping. It's just not going through. That's as simple as that. I probably won't see it until the next day at a time when I have time to sit and go on my phone, and that's usually after like 1 p.m. most days, after 12 at least most days. This is gonna get unnecessarily deep because that's just who I am. But I do prioritize my sleep, and I do prioritize my sleep hygiene, and I do prioritize sleeping to recover my body. So, for as long as my life allows me to, I would like to get 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. If I could sleep for 9 hours, I would, but I can't get there. It was already hard enough to get to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, so we're just gonna keep it there. In my very limited research and experiences, I know that people hurt other people when they're unregulated, and that's not obviously the only reason why people hurt other people, but especially with no sleep, like being dysregulated really does not do good for you. So why would I not give myself the best chance to be a good human to the people around me because I'm slept well? I don't want to make people's lives harder that have to deal with me because I'm already something to be dealt with as is. Not in a bad way. I think I'm cool and awesome, but it's just like I don't know. I'm literally about to sweat my bones off. That's what's about to happen because I'm wearing like this full silk skirt getup because I'm gonna go to church soon. I don't know why I did that. Just ignore that, please. I feel like this with stress too. It's like inevitable. It's a part of life. Lack of sleep is a part of life, I feel like, because sometimes you can't help it. But why would I not build a power bank basically of sleep and stress, of lack of stress and sleep, basically? So if I can regulate my emotions in like this little stressful situations that don't really require that much stress. So, like, something that happened recently that one of my friends, Jada, hey girl, if you're listening to this, but she actually like commended me on because we went to the airport earlier because I knew I was probably gonna have to move some stuff around because I was moving myself back from New York to Arizona. And I was like literally like sing-songy, moving stuff, weighing the bag, moving stuff, weighing the bag. And I'm not like unique or above anyone else, but that's a situation that typically causes so much stress for people. And with my beautiful African family, like, I've experienced it all right. And I went to the airport earlier, expecting that I was gonna probably have to move some stuff around. But that situation in itself could have been something to stress me out because it's like, even though I have time, it's like the action of having to take stuff out, weigh it, boom, 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 whatever. Like, that was a choice of my own. But like, Jada was like, wow, like, the way you're reacting to this is probably how my mom would want me to react. And I like, we joked about it, but like, I've also had my mom comment on things that have happened that were stressful situations, and she was just like talking about how I handled it. But it's because like the stress is gonna come, like the lack of sleep is gonna come. So in my head, it's like I don't want to like put myself there unnecessarily. If they made my order wrong at Starbucks, I'm not gonna shoot up the place. Like, okay, I need to stop using these examples that are so violent, but like, moral of the story is I'm not gonna destroy everyone's day because my coffee wasn't right. Is it stressful and annoying that my coffee wasn't right? Yes, I'm sure. But is that a situation that warrants me using my stress bank? No. What's stressful? Emergency situation, like car, I don't know, something serious, something where someone's about to be hurt. Like, that's a stressful situation that's gonna come up whether I want it to or not. So it's like, let me save the stress power bank for something that actually matters instead of using it for this minimal thing. Whatever is in my control, I will try to pause the stress, like hold it down. Like, I'll be stressed, I'm just gonna not blow up. The sleep thing also is similar. It's like there's gonna be times where I can't sleep as much as I want to. Like, for travel, when we travel playing or whatever, there's sometimes we have to leave at 3 in the morning. Like, I'm not gonna go to sleep at 5 p.m. because that's probably the time we got out of practice. Something along the. Hi guys, new location abruptly, new hairstyle abruptly in the middle of the video. I just got a chance to really practice what I'm preaching with this whole monitoring stress type of thing because I finished the podcast, entered flow state, had a great time, just to find out that the whole second half of what I recorded had no sound because this lovely little thing stopped recording the sound. I'm so glad that I have notes of this because it could be so much worse. There's definitely a selfish intent in me wanting to be well rested and properly recovered to lead my own life, but I also really do love the people that I am around. I love my people in general, and to me, love is consideration. To me, hurting them in a lot of ways is even worse than hurting myself. If I'm being honest, I don't want to intentionally put myself in the position to be unregulated and risk hurting them when it's in my control to do that, you know? Even if I don't mean to, it's like it's in my control to be regulated. I also just don't think it's very healthy or sustainable for me as a 22-year-old to be anyone's everything because last time I checked, I don't got kids. I've done this like phone thing 8 p.m. long enough to where it's kind of become a habit. It's not really something that I have to like actively seek out or make a point to do. The people that want to work with me on it in life work with me and they're still in my life, and the people that don't kind of just see themselves out. It's not like an intentional hard no and there's not beef. It's just like we just don't work for each other, and that's okay. Like, I guess it's really because the boundary doesn't shift. So anyone that comes in or out of my life or tries to come in and out of my life, they just have to decide if that boundary works for them or not. But like the boundary doesn't shift. So I've proven that I don't prioritize many things above shifting that boundary. It's your choice to either take that or not. Like, you can go find yourself a 25/8 friend. Unfortunately, I can't be that. Let me clarify that that is exclusively on what happens on this here screen. If you're going through a breakup and you need some extra support, I'm there. If you need to text me every time instead of texting your ex, I'm there. Like, if you need to cry, I will be there for periods that like you extra need support, or like we've communicated and you need a little bit more from me. I will step up. Like, this is TMI, but if you had surgery and you need me to wipe your butt, I got you. Like, I'm not like above any of that. Shout out to my first college roommates. Actually, these girls will literally be like, I don't know how many maid of honors people have. Maid of honor, house, bridesmaids, whatever. They're gonna be 3-in-1. Holy Trinity, maid of honor is all three of them. I'm not getting married anytime soon, but when I do, these three girls are gonna be the maid of honor as one. Like, bridesmaids. No. Maid of honor is higher, right? I don't know. They're gonna be all in one. Gonna be Camilla, Matea, and Izzy, because when I tore my ACL in college, they literally helped sponge bathe me. You can't get closer than that. Moral of the story is, I love you guys down. I would do that for you a billion times. But my point in saying that is that I'm not above any of that type of stuff. Like, I will literally wash your feet as your friend. I will wash your feet. I will die for you. I'm just not responding to a text on it in a timely manner or anything really on that phone. Here I go making it that deep again. But I don't want to resent my future kids when I'm actually a mother, because I'm burnt out from having prematurely mothered everyone else in my life. I'm sure burnout comes eventually with motherhood. It comes with most things that you spend a lot of time with. And so it's going to come anyways, and it's unavoidable, kind of like the stress thing, kind of like the lack of sleep thing. So I want to be sure that when I do sign on that dotted line and like have kids and get pregnant and all that stuff, I'm all there, and I want to give all of myself the best shot to do that. Mind you, I'm literally 22, so God willingly, I'm not having kids anytime soon. But that's my thought process about it, and I'm not going to burn myself out unnecessarily taking on roles that aren't even mine, really. I do think sometimes as a friend, you do have to step into like a mother role or like a father role or whatever for a brief period the friend might need. Like, I believe it's my responsibility to help that and be in that position for periods of time as they need it. But I can't be in that position 25/8 because it's not mine. I do want to help my friends and my loved ones grow from the place of a friend, not the place of some never ending, never failing, always available presence, because that's not what I am. It's unfortunately not doable for me. And also, in case we've forgotten, I'm not the mama, and I'm not God, and I'm not your boyfriend. Like, I just don't feel like that's my place to be there. You're ever needing help. Like, I'm not God. Like, I don't know. I do really feel sorry about that sometimes. Let me not lie. I don't necessarily feel sorry about it, because if I felt sorry enough, I would change it. I just feel that I empathize with it, because like I do understand some moments of desperation of calling someone and really wanting them to be there. But like I said, I feel like when the things have been really important or emergencies and my friends really needed me, it found me. So it's like, I'm not really worried about that, but I do sympathize with the thought of like, I just really want to talk to this specific person, and no one else is going to satisfy the place of that specific person. But I also think that like, in all my might and all my strength, I will never be able to fill the shoes of a 25/8 friend, or like what you're looking for in the 25/8 friend, which might just be a mom, might just be a God, might just be a boyfriend, like, I don't know what you're looking for. I'm just letting you know I'm not providing it in that way, and this is just me, and I'm talking about me as a friend on that phone. I'm not talking about me as a friend, period, because I will be there for you. I can really only change what I set my mind to, and it's not something that's in the forefront of my mind that I'm like prioritizing and changing, because I just don't feel like I need to fulfill the responsibilities that aren't mine. I've absolutely had to step into roles where I was that for people at times, in periods of times where they needed me more, but like it was communicated and I was there for them, and I'm never going to not show up for my friends in that type of way. But it's just like a 25-8 friendship is not me, and I don't think it's sustainable for me, and it's not realistic for me, and frankly I don't think it's healthy, really. I really do feel like I'll set my mind to it when the time comes and when I do have kids. But until then, these are probably my last years and my last phases of life where I can really dedicate myself to being selfish, and I can really afford to be selfish, because I know that's not a freedom I'll have for the rest of my life, you know. Anyways, guys, that's the 8 p.m. rule. This was fun. Whole time it was just me talking to myself. But yeah, I did have fun. If you'd like to keep the conversation going, you can follow me on my socials. I'll have them somewhere. Caption, description, whatever they call it, video notes, show notes. It'll be everywhere. My Instagram is Priscilla_MV22. My TikTok is Priscilla.Varela_. I'll have a TikTok for the podcast. I'll have an Instagram for the podcast, the YouTube for the podcast, hopefully whatever other platforms that you listen to podcasts on. Yeah, I don't really have a name for those yet, so hopefully they'll be on the screen and in all the descriptions. But like I said, this was kind of just like a start, and have the rest come. At the moment, I'm planning on doing episodes every Tuesday, but we'll see how that works. Yeah, so talk to me. Ah!